The Rancor's Brothel presents The Curse of Strahd.
How's it going, Matt? How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Well, not too bad. I feel weird because we played a thing without Matt. We played two things without Matt now?
Yeah.
Did we have a D&D in between legs and...
No.
We did. No?
We did time stories and we did tatters.
That's what it was. We did Time Stories and Tatters. Which, by the way, you put that on the podcast, so now it absolutely has to come out.
It'll come out.
All right. So yeah, no, it feels like I haven't played anything with Matt in a little while. Well, to be fair, Jeff wasn't there for at least Tatters.
I mean,
The
were there
last
for
time we got
Time
together, we played D&D. Did you guys... When did I go to the opera?
No, that was way before.
That was a while ago.
But we started Lucas's Call of Cthulhu game 2 weeks ago. Yep. We played a board game and recorded it last
you guys
week.
play on off weeks or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
Saturdays.
Okay.
Lucas is wanting to start on Saturdays, which hopefully that'll become a regular Thursday episode.
Yep.
So there we go. No, I feel like I haven't seen Matt in forever because I've seen some of these bozos recently.
To be fair, you guys did do a thing.
We did do a thing. Speaking of which, first note of the evening, Matt, that was a Dusk Elf.
Okay.
That would not have changed anything.
Okay. No, just curious.
I would just like to note there were two spots where this character is noted, and it does not specify it in one, specifies it in another. As I mentioned, I hadn't expected anyone to run into this particular character, so I was sort of winging it. So I do apologize. I want to make that note for the audience. That was a Dusk Elf. I specifically told Matt it wasn't. Second, is there any other recap that we need to do? Everybody is good. You three hanging out with Irina, having not been permitted entrance because Lucas looks like a demon.
Something, yeah, pretty accurate.
That's pretty accurate.
As I recall, and I could be wrong, last watch of the night was yours, right, Jeff? I'm like 80% sure about that, so we're going to go with that.
I believe it was because my character woke up screaming.
Yes, he did. So we're going to go back just a little bit before the waking up screaming part.
Sure.
Mr. Brassrocks.
Yes.
You presumably have been sleeping for 6.5-ish hours, probably. You, in the middle of the evening, sort of, you begin to have a dream.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you're going to get a dream. This is not Lucas's dream hour all the time. So, Davun.
Yes.
You're aware that you're dreaming, obviously, but this is you get the sense that you're being chased. You're on a lone road. You're being chased. You're being chased by dark, powerful things. Things that run across the ground. Things that are flying through the air. Shadows. You are just constantly being beset by shadows. You're running as fast as you can, your heart pounding against your rib cage, your lungs swelling, about to burst. You can barely continue going. And you suddenly begin to feel this warmth in your pocket, actually. You look down, and your side pocket appears to be glowing. Everything around you is going down to like a pinpoint of blackness as these things just swarm you from all sides. You can't keep going. You've got to stop. And you've got this source of light, this beacon of hope that is right there. And as you reach in to grab it and pull out this sanctifying light that will preserve all, you raise up whatever that is, and the moment it touches your hand and comes out of your pocket, the light goes out. And as the light goes out, you are completely swarmed by the blackness and are torn to shreds. So you wake up in a cold sweat. Roughly about the time that I'm assuming that Pithur is waking you up for your particular watch. So you literally see the dwarf tossing and turning and sweating profusely. You go to sleep. Lucas, I was going to say, Lestat has his particular encounter with dark things and dark dreams, and he comes to screaming. And as I said, I believe Brassrocks was awake. You see that physically he looks gaunter, angular, his eyes even more of a fire than they normally have. And go ahead and, I think we already did this, but I'll just go ahead and retcon it if we didn't. Go ahead and make a perception roll, Troy.
6.
So Troy's still asleep. So the only person who knows he woke up screaming is yourself. Irene is still asleep. And there we are. The sun is coming up. You guys actually are facing, the direction you came from is the east. So the sun, as much as it seems to rise in the land of Barovia, which is to say not at all, is coming up. The two of you are awake.
What did you see?
Shadows. Many shadows.
Mm-hmm. Me too. What was going on?
No idea. No idea.
I'm sorry. Just the look on your face, like it's so good.
Why is it so good?
Because it's like what your character would be doing.
Yeah.
It's
called acting.
And Lestat, you feel nauseous. You feel sweaty. You feel slightly dizzy. Mm-hmm. You feel very off.
You all of a sudden realize you named yourself after a popular fictional character.
Oh my god!
Damn it! Fourth wall break and a fourth wall break!
So yeah, you are both awake.
What did you see?
I was being chased by shadowy creatures.
Did they touch you?
They kind of tore me to pieces. There was some kind of glow in my pocket. I pulled it out and the light went out. I never got to see what it was.
Like a stone?
I have no idea.
Is everybody else still asleep?
Yeah.
We should have chased after Bozak.
I tried. I couldn't get anywhere near catching that.
We should have kept going.
Pricks. Pricks.
I gave my word that I'd get her here. Once she's safe, I can go after
her. Perception roll.
Jesus Christ.
Saw in logs.
Should we wake these guys up?
Irina starts tossing back and forth.
one of these motherfuckers waking up.
I'm waiting to see if you have a nightmare.
Yeah, me too.
So Irina is tossing and turning like I saw Lestat doing?
No, it doesn't appear to be a dream thing, more of a rising from slumber thing.
Oh, okay.
I've seen other things.
What other things?
I've seen other things.
Like
the gallows. Am I the only one trying to be serious
I
tonight?
don't know why that was so funny.
That is like a small child.
What about the gallows? I saw him too.
I saw myself hanging from the gallows.
That's what happens to thieves.
I punch you in the face.
Do you have an inspiration point?
I think I know the zinger for this episode.
No, I do not.
Please take an inspiration point for playing a very... you're lawful, right?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Take an inspiration point, sir.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
The best comeback line ever.
You gonna hit me?
No.
No?
No, I'm accepting the shame. No, I've done a lot of things. I don't recommend either one of them.
At this point, Irina is sort of, starting... She's sat up from her bedroll. She is awake.
Feed the girl, I'll wake up the giant. I wake him up.
No. I'm hungry.
What's new?
Your dreams were full of,
Butterflies and...
have you ever read The Frost Giant's Daughter, the Conan the Barbarian story?
Can't say I have.
Okay, well, go read it, because that's what your dreams were like. Basically slaughtering your enemies and sleeping with their daughters.
And relishing in the lamentations of the women?
Absolutely, yes.
Whatever the line is.
See your enemies, drive them before you.
Yes.
You were curled up in the fetal position, hugging your bear, and just smiling and drooling.
So
Not a teddy bear, literally.
It's
a black
literally an
bear.
actual bear, yeah. Yeah.
in regards
Trying to get away
I
all
sleep
night.
with bear. It's not my point.
So, in regards to the gate, you guys still see two guards standing there?
So they're probably not going to be opening the gate as we're still sleeping outside of it with a demon.
I'm a freaking demon.
Nope. They appear to have been standing there as they were, holding their pikes out the gate before. They appear to have continued to hold them out the gate the entire time, and they look to basically be almost asleep on their feet as they have stood there all night in a ready-to-attack position.
So they're they're not asleep, but they're almost out of it.
Oh, yeah, they're very much out of it. And I mean, as soon as you guys start stirring, you kind of see them.
Was the gate locked, or were they just standing there not letting us in?
No, the gate was locked.
Yeah,
They're on the other side of the gate with their pikes pushed through the gate to attack you should you get close to it.
So they've started awake?
They've never been asleep, but they've been awake. Like they look as if they've been awake and alert all night. They look incredibly fatigued.
Okay. Do they look more or less aware of conscious at this moment?
No, they're conscious. I mean, they're not unconscious.
I mean...
They snapped to once we started moving.
Okay.
Yeah, they're. Don't come any closer. We don't deal with demons.
Me neither.
As you know, they turn to look at what he looks. He looks different. What is he? What did you do? Did you
get to pick who your father was?
It sure wasn't no dirty, stinking demon, short man.
Short.
To be fair, I didn't get to pick who my father was.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Who's making?
I never even met the guy. No,
I don't even know these assholes.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
You'd be better off to just get out of here. We'll be stirring the militia to come after you.
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please, call your militia. I bore easily.
My giant really wants to kill something.
Do you have an inspiration point?
Is your militia delicious?
Please take an inspiration point.
I'm going to stand right in front of the gate, like in front of the spears, but like obviously like far enough away that they can't like poke me. But I'm going to stand like where I could reach out if I needed to.
Okay.
I'm just going to stand there like
This our giant?
arms crossed.
What were you wanting to know about? What's Calm Emotions do?
20 feet blast from me. Everybody has to make a will save.
Okay.
I want to be keeping an eye
Including us?
on them.
No.
On their readiness state.
Perception check.
Let me read it and make sure.
Better.
There you go.
Yeah, 18.
You do see, so the gate is, it's got to be big enough for a cart to come through. So it's probably, 10 feet wide, maybe a little bit more. And like I said, it's sort of an iron gate that has some sort of lock, and they've got a bar down behind it, keeping it, closed. But you obviously can see into town.
Yeah.
Town looks to extend pretty darn far. It's significantly bigger than, a brisk walk would have gotten you clear across Barovia in no time at all. Vallaki is significantly bigger. And it does appear, as far as you can tell, that it is walled in entirely. You do see in the distance that it does appear to be a number of forms approaching. Just sort of from your general knowledge of combat and stuff, you can tell that they're armed men. There are armed men coming to the gate from the other side.
My point is, I want to concentrate specifically on the guards, and if they start to get like drowsy eyed, I want to be aware at that point.
Okay, fair enough.
I do see more guys coming.
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
He took a perception check, so if you want a perception check, we'll see if you can get it.
I'll just tell him.
There you go. Problem solved.
I see some fun coming our way.
Vallaki, let me in.
It's up to you. Do you want to cast a spell or not? You hear him say it. It's just a question of whether or not you actually see it.
Well,
And I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll you.
21.
Yeah, you see it.
Okay, then I'll wait until they're within 20 feet.
Let's see. I'd like to give Troy a chance to do what I think he's going to do. You do see, the one seems very, very alert, but perhaps at the sound of the approaching troops behind him, you do see the other one sort of turn, and he's sort of like, he is not paying very close attention to you at this moment.
I want to grab a spear then, I get, and
he rolled a 1, so you're going to be able to grab it without a problem. Make me a strength check.
With advantage, I would give it, come on.
That's a 9.
May not pull it out of his hands, but slam him into the gate.
That's my goal.
So you sort of, You sort of make a play for it, perhaps because he is so unaware, it actually surprises you. And so you grab and you kind of pull at it almost playfully, and he sort of, quick, they're attacking, quick, come quick. And you see the forms start moving a little faster. Would you guys like to say anything before the forms approach?
Say anything?
Just make sure you don't want to do anything. The forms are now quickly approaching, so this would be your last chance to act before these. You can tell now it appears to be more people, more militia, probably maybe another dozen-ish, 10 to 12. Mm-hmm. And there appears to be someone marching stridently slightly ahead of them.
I will take 2 steps back and pull out my axe.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'll ready a weapon as well, but I'm kind of like, could I just use thaumaturgy and say, we're not here to harm you?
As booming voice, yes, that always calms people when people, shout
especially from the demon.
Yeah.
We're not here to hurt you.
We're not. Just trying to help this lady here.
As the group approaches, you hear a voice say, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, sir. It's like, he's just like, why are the gates not open this morning? And you begin to see an argument between this form, between this individual and the 2 guards that are standing there. This particular individual is male.
Probably his name.
He's got his arms crossed in front of him, looking very disapprovingly. You notice he's got a really wicked-looking battle axe on his back. Like, you would approve of this battle axe, Pithur. He's sort of a balding, scarred man. And they're like, we're holding him at bay, sir. And
as he's stammering, I'm gonna yell as loud as I can, "Gentlemen!"
Make me a intimidate roll.
I'm not trying to intimidate.
You're just trying to get their attention.
Yeah.
I just want to see something.
21.
Wow.
What is intimidate? Okay, never mind. You notice that the 2 guards, who at this point have turned fully from you guys, they sort of turn back to glance at you, then think better of it, and their eyes snap straight back forward to the guy who's currently speaking to them. But they do go silent. And the guy said, the man with the battle axe is, "So, can we open the morning gates this morning, or what?" But, he's like, it's like, "Those pikes are more useless in your hand than your cocks. Get out of the way."
I like this man.
And, he, they sort of stammer, and he said, "I said, open the fucking gate." And they proceed to open the gate. It's like, and you see, he says, "Before you gentlemen step in here, these puddles of piss that stood here all night are complete fools. They've got a good reason for not letting people in at night. So, if you don't mind, put your weapons away, come in, we've got you outnumbered, let's make sure everything's alright, and we'll let you into the city. Does that sound fair?"
Can I get some kind of, what's the thing I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Insight on this guy?
What exactly are you trying to insight? He's been talking to you for 30 seconds.
Yeah, but he's yelling at me like we did something wrong. Either that, or he's just mad at his guys.
You could take an insight roll for that. I could give you some information.
Lucas,
He seems
Lucas, you're a demon.
That
he seems less like he's yelling at us than he's just a stern.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I mean,
This is.
He was yelling at
you say
his guys.
You say
Are
get
they
this
Irving?
figured out. What do you mean by get this figured out?
Are you asking him that?
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, is he?
Then roll insight.
Yeah, it's not high.
You may make your own conclusions.
I'll step right up to him and extend a hand.
As you guys walk in, he actually takes a couple steps back and isn't indicating, like I said, the men have almost formed like a semicircle, and he's sort of indicating that you sort of step in as if to present yourself. And again, he's sort of, you see him, he's got his arms folded in front of him and is just staring at you as you come in. All right, all of you at once. Let's look you up and down. Let's make sure nothing's going on here.
Okay.
So are you all coming in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you 3
Is
step
Arena
up.
staying with us?
Yeah, she's following
Okay.
along. So he looks, he sort of looks, and you can tell, again, you get a very military feel off of this guy. Is that he's looking at you and assessing risk, basically.
Please tell me he's played by the guy from Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, Arlie Ernie.
Not quite, but yeah.
It's in D'Onofrio?
And it's as soon as you walk in, one of them goes, it's a demon. And they all, sort of the weapons all sort of come up, and it's like, and a giant! And the weapons, get a little shakier. He's like, all right, enough of that, you maggots. It's like,
Yeah, maggots.
you shut up.
Okay.
He's like, some of us know a thing or two about demons.
Do you now?
And as you do, perception checks.
15.
15.
You all see him wave. He's sort of just been, all sort of tucked in. And when he says the phrase, some of us know a thing or two about demons, he puts his hand up to point at the guys in front of him. And you realize that his hand is spined and clawed. So he's got talons, he's got barbs on his arms.
Is he a tiefling?
Nope. And as he turns around, he sort of tucks it behind him and points out to you guys with the other hand, which you see looks completely normal for the human.
So it's like, like actual claws, not like a glove or something.
No, that appears to be flesh.
Okay.
It is if, who am I thinking of? What's the bad guy for the Hulk? The weird
Abomination?
Yeah, like how Abomination sort of got that long clawed hand that's like got barbs and notches on it, kind of like that.
Okay.
So they're both the same size, but one is sort of demoned and taloned, and the other hand is perfectly normal.
Should get that looked at.
He just stares at you.
Okay.
We see enough demons around here.
Can I smack upside the head?
Oh, Lucas.
Yes.
Make a strength
Dodge. I'll
roll
dodge.
or dodge. I mean,
I dodge it.
That depends on whether he hits your AC.
No, he doesn't hit my AC. He just doesn't hit me.
Sure. Make just a strength check. So roll just
18.
What's your AC?
What should his AC?
My AC is 15.
I will give you make me a dex roll, Lucas. So just roll and add your dex
Saving
modifier.
throw?
No, not saving throw. Just roll and add your dex modifier.
No, 13.
So as he stares at you, Pithur sort of smacks Lestat in the back of the head. I mean, not, and you sort of tell it's coming, not enough to dodge it, but you kind of play it off, but not real well. Like, you're kind of like, and you kind of wince at the shoulders and neck just a little bit. He's like, he gets really close, to Lestat, and he's like, if this here's a demon, this is the most piss poor fucking demon I've ever seen.
Since when are you from Long Island? I'm not saying that in the game. I'm just like, since when is he from Long Island? Your voice just changed.
At that, I will step forward. Like,
no.
That was
Can I react?
no. Before you do that, I want to step, like, not in between them, but sort of like in that area, and just say, we've come here to save this young woman, not to be insulted many times over.
Perception checks.
I'm just smiling with my pointed teeth.
That was for everybody.
Oh, okay.
14.
18.
19.
Lucas, at the mention of Irina, you all see him sort of just stop. As for the first moment, he sort of stopped in his sort of tyrannical, as you said, Full Metal Jacket-esque routine. I would say he looks at her, and like I said, you assume that he's just sort of stopped because he's seen a woman. Maybe he just didn't notice her before. He's looking at you guys. Lestat, you think that there's something a little bit more to it than just that. He wasn't just surprised. There's some sort of strange look in his eye.
As if he knows her?
Not sure. He's stopped, and it clearly is because he perhaps didn't notice her before. But there's something a little bit. There's something more going on there. You can't quite tell what it is.
He's willing to collaborate and listen.
Thank you.
Lestat's back. I got the brand new edition.
Awesome. So
It's 5e edition. It's 5th edition. Okay.
he he puts his hand up and he's like, I don't need any fuss out of you, giant, all right?
I only ask for respect for my friend here.
We have no problem with you being in town, all right?
But you got to sit back of all the restaurants.
What?
You can't drink from the center well. I'm sorry.
He's like, all right. It's like, and he just, he's like, same rules for town that apply to everyone apply to you. No bullshit. No fighting. Keep your weapons in your pockets.
No fighting.
Now, let's...
I give a slight, sly smile.
It's like, now, you need lodging. And again, he sort of stares at Irina. Lodging. All right, let's go. And
Can I get your name, sir?
And he turns and he says, my name is Izek.
Like Izzzik?
Izek.
Is he human?
Yes.
Okay. It's just that he's been cursed or some kind.
Don't know.
Possibly.
He appears to have, at least from the forearm down, some sort of weird clawed thing. Actually, it'd be better than Abomination if I'm going to make a comic book joke. It's probably more like, what is it? The Lizard. Doc Connors.
Right, okay.
More like that. But it's not so dragony. It's more something else. And he turns, and you see him sort of raise the human hand as if to form up, and you see all the militia somewhat shoddily sort of form up behind him, also sort of form up around the four of you, and he starts proceeding to march forward into town. They're clearly escorting you somewhere.
Okay.
So we can.
I look at the giant because
he's
the giant
not going to allow us to just walk the marketplace until we deal with whatever he wants us to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
How big is this city?
As you're starting to walk in, you're starting to realize the scope of it. It's more, so like I said, what was it? 400, 500 feet across was Barovia. I mean, it was really, really small hamlet. This is more of a bustling town. You would say probably maybe 1,000 people live in and around this. It's probably a mile across. You notice immediately, actually, as soon as you come in, on your left is actually stockyards. So, you can tell, wagon trains and goods and stuff are stored right off to your left, right as you come into town. So, I mean, there's clearly enough trade going back and forth on the Svalich Road here that this is a place of business. Whereas Barovia was essentially a ghost town, this place is seeing a lot of hustle and bustle. You can see churches off in the distance. To the north, there appears to be more estates and mansions, and they appear to be leading you right into the heart of town. Let's see. There's probably a thing here that I should read.
Back when we split with Matt, there were signs.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What, do we remember what the wording on the sign was for the road where he went, or did it say anything
I think it just pointed you to Vallaki.
Vallaki, okay.
The road that the carriage went on?
Yeah.
I don't think there was a sign pointing that direction.
I don't believe so.
It was just a cobbled street.
If there was a sign, I made it up because I don't see it in here.
I'm kind of Lestat is sort of trying to get... obviously, you just explained the scope of the place, but also what's around us. Am I seeing a marketplace? Am I seeing...
Oh, no,
What am I seeing in front of me?
I'm trying to find the gray text that I'm supposed to read you when you reach this part.
Oh, good idea.
And, give me a perception check, Lucas.
Sure. Nat 20, 24. With a natty.
Give me a will save.
Will save?
What's a will save in 5th edition? So I keep saying will save, and it's not a will save.
It's not.
Wisdom.
Wisdom save. Thank you.
13.
You pause for a moment in shock as you happen to walk past and glance in the windows of a shop. The face you see is not the face you remember the last time you looked in a reflective surface. Your face looks different.
How so?
You look...
More demon-y.
I mean, that's one way you could put it. You just look
Demonic,
more...
I think that's what you're looking for.
No, demon.
Demon-y.
No, demon.
Definitely.
What's the symbology there?
You definitely...
Symbolism.
That's the thing, is that, tiny changes that you make to yourself, other people don't notice necessarily. But imagine if you had suddenly lost 20 pounds in your face overnight. To you look drastically different. Your cheekbones look raised. Your skin looks more gaunt and
He looks
pulled. You're sort of your cheekbones and around your eyes, and everything seems to be a little bit more ridgy
Angular?
and angular.
Does it look as if
Your eyes are on
my,
fire.
does it look as if my skin has sunken or as if my bone has grown?
Yes.
Yes. Like it's you know, imagine if you woke up and you were suddenly shaved. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, but it's not even like that because you know what you look like when you've shaved.
Look like a 12-year-old.
Oh, fair enough. But it's almost, like I said, it's almost as if it's like as if an artist painted your face and screwed some stuff up. You know what I mean? Like it's your face, but it's not your face.
Right. So so I just sort of stop in the window and I'm kind of
Yeah.
touching
Roll a sand check.
my
That was
face
what the
a little
wisdom
bit.
save
Yeah,
was thrown.
Do I see that?
You've already noticed that I've changed.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't say anything about it.
What's your passive perception?
14.
I'd say, yeah, you probably noticed. What's yours?
14.
Yeah. I say, in fact, Izek at the front, it says, "Keep moving, demon."
You noticed that, did you?
Why don't you tell me I look like
You do feel feverish. It's probably that.
I mean, to be fair, I'm part demon. I'm probably always pretty warm.
So, as you get to town square, the shops and homes that enclose the town square are decorated with limp, tattered garlands and painted wooden boxes filled with tiny dead flowers. At the north end of the square stands a row of stocks, locked in which are several men, women, and children wearing crude, plastered donkey heads. In the center of the square, peasants in patchwork clothes eye you suspiciously as they use cups and vases to draw water from a crumbling stone fountain. Standing tall at the center of the fountain is a gray statue of an impressive man facing west. All around the square are posted proclamations. Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendants and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well. And it is signed the Baron.
What's with the jackasses?
The guards don't say anything, and Izek at the front just kind of goes,
I got no laugh.
Oh, that was a laugh. You guys actually see a couple of other sort of town militiamen reach up, and the proclamation. You realize these proclamations are posted every so far. You see that they're tearing that proclamation down and appear to be putting a new one up. And the new one says, "Come one, come all, to the greatest celebration of the year, the festival of the blazing sun. Attendants and children required, rain or shine. All will be well. Signed the Baron."
Who is this Baron?
The master runs the joint. He's in charge of Vallaki.
That didn't really answer the question.
Did enough.
Does he have a name?
Shit. Why'd you wait for him to close the book? One of the guards beside you, Baron Valakovich.
Spell that, please.
Valla Kovich.
Okay.
How do you spell Kovich?
Kovich.
My favorite Kovich is Shasta. Just saying. Little festive overture. Classical music joke.
I like it.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of them turns and says, the Baron and the Baroness Valakovich.
Baron and the Baroness.
As you guys, move forward.
What's with the festival?
Well, you know, Wolf's Head was last week, Blazing Suns in a couple of days.
What happens?
All will be well.
Yep, I read that.
I read that.
And he sort of gets back into formation and keeps walking. You guys start approaching a 2.5 story house, sort of set off from the road. You can see a sign swinging, out to the side. Clearly one of those roadside inns that you see. Gray smoke issues from the chimney of this large 2-story wooden building with a stone foundation and sagging tile roof upon which several ravens have perched. A painted blue wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue waterfall. And you see that you march right up to the doors, and Izek, without stopping, opens the doors. And you see a bar room. Damp cloaks hang from pegs in the entrance portico. The tavern is packed with tables and chairs with narrow paths meandering between them. A bar stretches along one wall under a balcony that can be reached by a wooden staircase that hugs the north wall. Another balcony overhangs the entrance to the east, which I believe is the door that you're entering. So you're entering underneath a balcony. The bar is in front of you, and there are tables and chairs all in front. There's another staircase off to the side. All the windows are fitted with thick shutters and crossbars. Lanterns hanging above the bar and resting on the tables bathe the room in a dull orange light and cast shadows upon the walls, most of which are adorned with wolf heads mounted on wooden plaques. You see a woman behind the bar, and the tap room appears almost completely empty. Inside is a half-elf in sort of patchwork, colorful clothing, and what appears to be a half-orc individual in a very, very simple tunic. And you see Izek walk right up to the woman, and he says, "Donica." "Yes, Izek." She's like, "These men need rooms." "Yes, Izek." It's like, "And don't let any of these men harm that woman over there." "Yes, Izek." "Give her a separate room." "The private room is already taken." "The other private room."
I'd rather she be in one of the rooms with one of us.
"And I'd rather that the poor lady doesn't have to sleep next to your ugly f***ing face."
It's fine, put her with a dwarf.
He's like, "We'll take care of it, Izek." He's like, "I'll come back and check, Donica." "Yes, Izek." "All right, and tell Erwin that I'm going to come back, all right? I don't trust the three of you, but so far you haven't done anything wrong, and I can't have you hold up the f***ing gate all goddamn day."
Yeah, it wasn't really our fault, man.
And he sort of gets in the last word, and he turns and leaves along with the militia, leaving you with the half-orc Danica and the sort of half-elf in patchwork clothing.
I sort of lean down and whisper to the dwarf, "You okay with her separating us from Armina?"
She's gonna stay right here with us.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he wants that to happen.
I didn't ask.
Don't. She's like, don't worry about Izek. He's temperamental, to say the least. She's like, welcome to the Blue Water Inn.
From where I'm from, that's known as a prick.
Yes, I believe that accurately describes Izek. Although I would not get on his bad side. He is. You are quite a large man.
He has a good side?
You're saying we're on his good side right now.
Yes, actually, I am.
Fabulous.
He is a.
Mr. Giant.
It's like you are a tall man, but I've seen him cut down some pretty large foes. So you guys are there. Like I said, you see the half-elf in patchwork clothing. My name is Donica Mardikoff. My husband Erwin and I run the Blue Water Inn. Our two sons run around here, Brom and Bray. We should be able to help you with anything you need. Feel free to come in. We can make some food if you'd like some ale or some wine. We've got some nice selections. Welcome to Vallaki.
Thank you. Who are the other two?
She's like, she points to the half-elf. That's Rick Tavio. He's been staying with us in one of our rooms for a few months now. And she sort of frowned as if she suddenly realized something. I never really got the gentleman's name there. He's been staying with us for about a week or so, 4 or 5 days. Pretty quiet, stoic individual. But feel free. We do have 2 more rooms available. There is one large sort of group room, and there is one additional smaller private room if you would like to rent that out. But let me know what I can do. If there's anything I can get for you, feel free to make yourselves at home.
Okay, I gotta refresh my memory. When we left Barovia, we were bringing her here because she was going to be safe here, right?
Sure.
That's what her brother said.
Yes.
Okay.
Give me... I want an idea roll.
An idea roll would probably tell you that the Baron knows this girl, and Izzy knows that.
Sure. Give me an insight roll.
19, I think. 21.
Nice. Better.
Do you get the sense that compared to Barovia, this is like a fortress city? You know what I mean? Ismark was not big on the details exactly of why she would be better protected in Vallaki, but it's sort of like you could almost see, even though it wasn't a journey that was that far, you could almost get sort of a country bumpkin-esque idea of the big city. You know what I mean? So again, 15-foot wall all the way around the town, clearly an armed militia. Now to you, a road-weary traveler, this town is just as bumpkin as the last town you went through. But...
Much bigger bumpkin.
Right. They actually have guards.
Stop saying pumpkin.
This is Brownsburg, not Pittsburgh. Not Canby.
I was going to say, that might be an insult to Pittsburgh to compare it to Barovia.
It was an insult to Pittsburgh.
Just lost that one Pittsburgh listener.
No, he's here.
So yeah, you just let me know what I can do to help.
Should we bring up his name? They know him?
The brother?
There's a few things I want to question the barkeep about.
Yeah.
I want to know more about this town. I want to know what these festivals are. I want to know what I can find out about the Baron.
Some breakfast will be good.
Yes, if you don't mind, it'll take me a few moments. I'll go back to the kitchen. Please sit. It's unusual for us to, other than our two guests, the inn serves more as a place in the evenings. We're much more active in the evenings with locals. We don't get a lot of travelers, so we're still kind of getting things up and going. Erwin's out in the barn taking care of... there's a horse in there. Sorry, I can't remember. There should be some horses in there.
Just save the animals.
Yeah, he's out taking care of stuff in the barn, and we've got some other things going on. So yeah, I'll go back and get things started. If there's anything immediately that you guys need, holler, or you can holler for Brom or Bray. And like I said, if there's anything you need, let me know.
Thank you.
So you guys can feel free to pull up a table and chair with either of the two occupants, or sit amongst yourselves.
Does the half-orc have anything in front of him?
Appears to be that the half-orc has just finished a meal. Just seems to be sitting there sort of solemnly contemplating the plate. Although, you obviously have attracted notice because that's something more entertaining than the bar, so I'm sure the half-orc is looking at you.
Good to see we're not the only two freaks in here.
Calling the little one a freak?
Are you saying
you're
that?
a freak.
Oh, okay, you're talking to him. Okay. It's like, that's
I'm not talking to I'm talking to Pithur.
I'll sit down next to the half-orc and ask for 2 flagons of ale.
Well, she just went to the kitchen, so...
Before she left.
I'll look at Irina. Yeah, how you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm good.
Is she looking any worse, or?
No, she looks road weary, but considering that,
A little less freaked out than the last time we talked to her.
Yeah. I would say so. She seems to be a little nervous of the guy who woke up looking not quite like he looked when he went to bed the night before.
5 o'clock shadow.
Need to shave off the horns each day.
Yeah.
Get a grinder.
It's a rough trip.
At the sound of Irina's voice, the half-orc looks up and says, "Irina?
It's you.
How have you been?"
I've been fine. I thought you were adventuring farther afield than Vallaki.
Vallaki's been my central hub. I'm still making the way around.
Oh, good. And your research, any luck?
I'm so glad you have a voice to go with this character this time. It's great.
I'm just trying to, a half-orc has tusks, so I'm just sticking my jaw out when I talk more.
Just stick some dice in there.
Yeah, or 2 pencils.
Shout out to another podcast on that one.
I'm sorry, what was the question? I missed it.
How goes your research?
I've been gathering more information on the area. And
Good.
My subject.
Oh, good. You'll have to update me on that.
Mind if I don't mean to interrupt you two, but you said it's you. Who's you?
My order give up their name when they take the trials. People just call me the monk.
Nice to meet you.
And your name? Or did you join a super secret boy band too?
Lestat.
I feel like I've read that somewhere.
I hear that a lot.
Read it in an ancient tome. Being famous. I'm sorry.
I hear that a lot.
Just one of those names, I suppose.
Sometimes you get it written on a small piece of rice.
What the
I don't know. We can cut that stupid joke.
The food's not bad here.
At least you recognize that your joke is stupid. I wish other people would.
I cut so many stupid jokes out of these things all the time.
The food's not bad here. What brings you into town?
Irina.
Lady here.
We were told she'd be safe here.
By the way, this is Pithur, Brassrocks.
Please.
How you doing?
Colossus.
Ooh,
It's pretty metal, man.
makes my tusks tingle.
You said you were doing research.
Is your character male? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. No, I was not coming on to him.
Making sure. Frisky.
I'm a monk of the Way of the Long Death.
Okay, can we metagame that? Because I have no idea what that means.
It's in the Sword Coast book.
It's a Sword Coast book, man.
My order studies the action of death. Not the afterlife, but what happens to the physical body here on Faerun.
You mean like decay?
To an extent. Most likely most notably the actions that occur to what my order call biologically, because I don't know what the to say there. Like the action of dying. Like, you know, like the 21 grams thing, like when you die, they say your body's immediately 21 grams lighter because it's the weight of the soul. That kind of
He wants to watch the stuff that I try and prevent.
Oh.
I don't want to watch it.
Okay, Batman.
I'm really trying not to Batman it. I'm very sorry for the Batman.
You got a throat
That just
lozenge?
means you gotta talk like Bane.
You got a throat lozenge? A chance.
I'm a rogue!
My name is Lestat.
So, I've been sent on a mission to study what we call living death.
As in the undead.
He leans to Colossus and says,
Is he special?
A little bit.
Fair enough. Yes, the undead.
Why don't you just call it what it is?
So you said something about a subject. Is there a particular person you're following?
What know you of the Count?
Do we?
Apparently not enough.
We do have his name, right?
The Count.
the guy on the cover of the book.
Is it okay?
Yeah, that's what I said. Right?
Right?
I thought
You mean
I thought he was a baron.
No.
No. Baron's the guy in charge of this place.
Yeah. Count will be Count Strahd.
Count von Strahd.
Strahd von Liechtenstein.
Strahd's a count, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there you go.
Ish.
You mean this
Where are the letters?
Strahd fella?
There are rumors
The letters.
that he is more than man.
That connects a few dots.
Well, I mean, we kind of already knew a little bit about the guy.
Speculated.
All powerful, likely a vampire, that kind of thing.
And that's what I've been studying.
Vampires in particular.
Yes.
Okay.
My order contains in our library nearly no tomes on the living death.
So
I've
what
been
have
sent
you
out to study.
what have you learned so far about vampires? Weaknesses, anything like that?
No, this doesn't give his title.
Maybe my DM made me write some things down a couple of weeks ago.
Because otherwise he would have forgotten.
Absolutely.
This is gonna really hurt my throat. Like after
You don't have. You honestly don't
I
have.
really kind of want to. I'm trying to get more in character. So anyway,
Go smoke a pack and then come back.
You know,
I
this,
like the non-filters, they go down smooth.
you can also, when you do an info dump as you're about to do now, you could just read it if you want.
So the monk says,
that vampires have to sleep in a coffin during the day,
Noted.
and they come out at night. And they can change their form into that of a bat or a wolf or mist. They can summon rats and other vermin and control them at will. They can also control you
with their powerful gaze, so very important to not look in the eyes. The people of Barovia believe that Strahd is a curse because of some sin that they have egregiously caused. Unknown to them. But whatever.
Thank you, Tom Exposition.
I mean, do you want to ask more questions?
Okay,
that was a
little bit.
No, I mean, that's information we didn't have before.
so what's your interest in him?
How is he dead and not dead at the same time? It stands against everything my order studies.
I lean over to
That's
Pithur
how
and
that
say...
whole undead thing works.
I lean over to Pithur and say,
Are
"Is he
you
special?"
Special?
How does it occur in the body? Is it like a plague, or is it magic? What causes it?
Yes.
Well, I've never met a vampire to ask. Have you?
Also, yes.
Met one, tried to kill me.
Maybe
Yeah,
start a conversation
actually I
next
did.
time.
The irony of which you were looking to study a vampire, and there was one in the basement of the church the entire time.
Ever been to Barovia?
Marina, you told me not to go to the damn church.
Sort of at this talk, you see her sort of, she looks at the monk sort of knowingly, and then you see her sort of pull her shirt back where you can see that she's obviously got something wrapped on her neck.
Is she doing that on purpose?
At which point the monk goes into a flurry of action. Feeling her forehead, checking her, like, the clamminess of her hands, pulls out a small book, like the Grail Diary kind of book from last day, and starts taking notes and giving her a barrage of questions of the timeline and how she's been feeling progressively
Ancient
since.
stethoscopes.
She sort of, she is taken aback by it for a moment, and then she, get back, and she sort of turns and looks, and you see a bemused half-elf sort of watching all of you.
That's Doug. No, I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
It's Rick Tavio.
Huh?
It's Rick Tavio. He was here before you got here. I don't know if we noted that on your sheet or not.
No.
No, but you did say, yeah.
You said it to them. You didn't say it to me.
Yeah.
What do you know about the, you said it was elf or half elf?
Half-elf.
What do you know about that half elf?
Well, let me tell you, he snores.
I don't know anything else. What is he?
You notice that,
You guys share a room?
no.
No, I'm a private room. Thank you very much.
What little you can gather is he seems to be a circus performer without a circus.
He's a bit weird.
Aren't we all?
As he sees, 5 people turn and look at him all at the same time, he's sort of, hello, my friends. Our title track, Nocturne, provided by Sleep for the Weary off their new album, Nocturnes. To find out more about Sleep for the Weary, check them out on iTunes, SoundCloud, Facebook, and at sleepfortheweary.com. Join in the brothel conversation on Facebook. Questions, comments, and suggestions can be sent to between2crits@gmail.com. Like what you heard? Subscribe, share with your friends, and leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. Most of all, keep circulating the tapes.